Hey, good morning, Facebook Live and all of my active aging group. Good to see you on this Wednesday morning. Just wanted to mention that we're super excited with the approach of June 1st rolling around. That Monday, I believe it's June 2nd, we'll welcome you back into the studio for the 8:30 a.m. Tuesday, Thursday yoga class, beginning yoga, and then also the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. Senior fitness class. So we've missed you, but if things go according to plan here for the next week or so, and they don't change the restrictions on 65 age group plus getting out, we'll look forward to having you back in the studio. Can't wait for that. Let's get rolling this morning. Grab light dumbbells if you have them, a couple of cans of soup, water bottles, totally optional. You don't have to have weights either. We'll do some body weight stuff today as well, and have a chair handy or the back of a couch, dining room table, whatever the case might be there in your home, or if you're on the back deck, patio, side rail work well as well, or a chair on your patio. We'll warm up a little bit first, just march it out. So let's get those knees coming up above the waistline, get the arms moving here. If you want to make this a walk around your room, walk around the deck outdoors, go right ahead. All right, let's take that into a little squat motion. So you can back up, use your chair as a guide if you want to. Nice wide stance, a little wider than hips, shoulder width apart. And we'll just come down like we're gonna sit in that chair. So we're taking tailbone down and back about 45 degrees. I'll kind of turn sideways so you can see that motion. Arms move just to kind of counterbalance our weight there and allow us to set back down into that chair. There you go. Weight stays in the heels, driving through the heels. Raise that body, we'll go 3 more times. All right, then we'll take that into a little lateral lunge move. We'll step out to the side, overloading to that right or left side. I'm stepping left here, it probably looks like motion of right towards you. Still taking that tailbone down and back. Good. We'll go 2 more times. Right here. Okay, now let's step it, going to the right side now. Same thing. Driving that tailbone down and back, step right. Bring it back to center. Careful on that step out. We don't want to let the knee pass outside edge of the ankle, outside edge of the foot. Let's go 2 more times. All right, now let's take it into a little hamstring curl. Butt kickers here. Okay, so heel coming up towards the glute. Just stepping aside to side a little bit. Or you can bring those in a little tighter as well. That going here for just a second. There we go. It's two more each side. All right. Let's grab those dumbbells. And you can go standing or seated. So if you've got your chair close by, that's totally fine as well. All right. We're going to set tall on the edge of that chair. So kind of set up on the sitsy bones. Head, shoulders back in line with the hips. We're going to turn palms outward here. Little bicep curl. Let's go 8 more times. one coming up right here. All right, next we'll go into a little tricep kick back. So a little hinge forward, head, shoulders still in line, back strong, straight. Weights press up towards that ceiling behind us. Since we have weights light this morning, getting all tongue-tied already, we'll keep the reps high. So we'll go about 15 to 18 reps with each set here. And again, you can do these seated or standing. Here we go, 8 more times. Focusing on that squeeze as we press that weight back behind us. Small finger pressing up towards the ceiling, squeezing that last little half inch, last one right here. Okay, next we'll go into a little upright row. Okay, if you've got shoulder issues here, any rotator cuff surgeries or anything like that, caution here, you can go without weights as well. We want to keep those weights close to the edge of the body, heads of the weights together. Elbows are going to come up. If you can, we're bringing those elbows above shoulder height a little bit. Weights ideally to the top of the chest line. But again, if you've got range of motion limitations, just coming up a little ways is okay too, okay? Get a little closer here to see who joined us this morning. Hey Brittany, how are you? Assume you're in Tulsa this morning. Good to see you joining us. And again, just like we've done in weeks past, everything in this video this morning, everything that we do, even though we're gearing it towards that active aging group where you might be in or out of your chair, off and on, or completely seated, it's adaptable to any age range. All right, let's pause right there. Okay, now we're gonna go into a little weighted squat with the dumbbells, okay? And again, you can just go body weight here if you need to as well. So my chair is just my guide. I'm gonna take a little set down and back. I'm using my weights to kind of counterbalance my body weight so that I can keep that weight back in the heels. I'll turn sideways here so you can see that. So that way my knees are not going past my toes as I settle back and down. Ideally trying to stay over mid-range of the foot towards the ankle. Okay, let's go 6 more times. All right, there we go. Let's drop the weights. We'll do a little bit more leg work. We'll come with no weights here, just body weight. I'm gonna turn my chair sideways so you can guys see a lateral profile view here. This is gonna be a little reverse lunge. So that chair's there if you need it for stability support, or if you've got a bar close by, bar top, back of your couch works well too. We're gonna lunge backwards with our left foot first. So right foot's gonna plant. I'm gonna keep head, shoulders back over the hips. Ideally, we're shooting for about a 90-degree angle of that front leg, 90-degree angle of that back leg, but I'm not worried about the depth, okay? So if I were to go all the way down, that's where I would be focusing on that stability, keeping feet on the railroad tracks, so not getting too narrow with our stance, hip shoulder width apart, and elongating that stride. So back foot's going far back, head, shoulders staying over the hips. Okay, what I don't want to see is leaning forward here with that upper body, okay? So use that chair if you need to. It's there for stability support. And again, not worried about depth. So if you're just working on stability, have some knee issues, range of motion issues, that's okay. Just focus on that stability, okay? So, but if you can, take it down and back a little bit, getting a little bit lower into that lunge stance, okay? Warming up the glutes, warming up the quads. A little hamstring work here is too, squeezing off that back foot. Last one right here, okay? And then we'll switch it to the opposite direction. Okay, so now right leg's gonna lunge back, Left foot plants my left knee, stays in line with my left ankle, weights on that front heel, not through the front toe, driving off the back foot, squeezing off that back toe, activating the quad on my right now. Go. Keep that going. Do 4 more for me here. 3, 2. Hey, morning, Tony. Hey, Pam. Joining us from Enid. Good to see you in this morning. All right, gang. Let's grab our dumbbells again next. Okay, a little bit of shoulder work. Again, if you've got range of motion issues, that's okay. You can go without weights here or just limit that range of motion, okay? For anybody who's had shoulder surgery, rotator cuff issues, with this we can go standing or seated, okay? Main thing here, I want you to open up the heart and the chest, okay? So we don't want to train inversion where we're pressing weights with elbows in. Open up the heart and the chest so those weights are back over the shoulders. You can stagger that stance. We'll press right up overhead here, okay? Fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Keeping those elbows back, heart, chest stays open, okay? I'll turn profile again so you can see that motion. So I'm back over the shoulders, not pressing weights forward here, training that inversion. Okay, we work on this because almost everything we do is in front of us all day. Okay, so we're working anterior delts all the time because we're lifting, driving, typing. It's all out in front of us. So we're just trying to keep heart, chest open, not invert those shoulders. Go. Let's go 4 more times. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Let's come back. We'll kind of go back to where we started. So we've got those straight on squats, straight up, straight down. This time maybe let's turn the toes out a little bit. So we'll get a little plie squat going here. So my toes are turned out about 30 degrees. Weights are optional here. Okay, we can hold down low with those weights. Knees are tracking in line with the toes, or we can bring those weights up chest height, right under the shoulders. Bring that heart rate up a little more. I'll run through this time and just show you some variations of that cycle that we did the first time through. So first time we were kind of narrow squats, this time we're wide, toes turned out. Almost a sumo wrestler position as you come down into that squat. Head, shoulders still staying back over the hips. Tailbone going down and back about 45 degrees. Last one right here. Awesome work. Let's bring that up. We'll come into bicep curls. First round, we did palms turned outward, weights up. This time, let's go hammer curls. So palms are gonna face each other, hands stay in, nice and narrow. My elbows are on the rib cage, so I'm not swaying the back. I'm not pressing the weights here to get them to go. Elbows stay glued. Okay, if you want to change this up even a little more, you can alternate or hold one halfway, go to the other, full range of motion. Maybe 5 like that on one side. Then we'll hold left, full curl on the right. Last 3 right here. 2 more. 1. Still have some individuals joining in. Hey, good morning, Sarah. Hope you're doing well today too. All right. We went a little lateral step last time. This time we'll take that into wide stance, upright row. Okay. So my weight's going to graze along the edge of the body. I'm going to press down towards my left shoe lace with my right hand. Notice my back strong, straight, so I'm not arching it over, bending the spine, okay? So my left glute's gonna press down and back towards the floor, just like in a squat, at 45-degree motion. We're coming down, weight stays close to the edge of the body, my elbow's gonna come up and back a little bit, almost like I'm throwing an elbow strike behind me, okay? And again, you can go with or without weights here, all right? So I'm bending my left knee as I come down, my right leg staying long and engaged, and I'm gonna squeeze right inner thigh to help pull us up, okay? I'm pretending like in my mind, that's the only muscle that's raising my body up. Okay, by doing that, we're engaging that muscle first, even though it's not the primary muscle doing most of the work, it's secondary. We're gonna get some toning in on that muscle. It's easy to take inner thigh out of this and not work it at all. Here we go, 4 more times, 3 more on this side. Again, we're going about 15 to 18 reps on each item today because we're going light weights or body weight only. There we go, okay. Shake it out for just a second. Now we'll step out wide again. Again, my knee's not gonna track outside edge of my right ankle. Toes straight on, okay? So I'm gonna lower down with left hand towards that right shoelace, left elbow coming up, almost like we're giving an elbow strike behind us into that punching bag. Back stays strong straight. So not arching that spine. Don't do what I'm doing right here where we're rolling the back, okay? Back stays strong and straight. Just a couple more here, maybe 4, just for good measure. All right, in case you haven't noticed, in full disclosure and full honesty, I'm not a rep counter. I kind of despise counting reps always. Don't mind it occasionally, but sometimes I think the focus is too much on that. I would rather you have good form, and if that means holding a standard, good form, staying in form throughout the range of motion that we're doing, if you can hold that and only do 4 reps and do them well, I would rather you do that than give me 10 or 12 or 15 or 18 reps just part way, okay? So we want to challenge ourselves to the point that it's difficult to hold that form, but we're going to hold that standard, okay? All right, let's go a little bit of tricep work again. This time I'll stay standing. So we did those tricep kickbacks last time. Hips shoulder width apart on the feet, my knees are soft, my back is strong and straight, but I'm gonna hinge forward at the waistline just a little bit. Elbows are still gonna glue to the rib cage primarily. I'm gonna press small finger with those weights up towards the ceiling. In this round, really focusing on that squeeze at the apex of the press. So right when you think, oh, I can't lift those weights towards the ceiling anymore, water bottles, cans of soup, whatever you might be holding here, hold that and then squeeze back of the arm, that tricep, just a little bit more. And you'll get about another ½ inch to an inch of raise towards that ceiling behind you with the weight. Okay, another option, you can take these overhead as well and do an overhead tricep press if you want to, or you can do these seated. All right, a couple more here, and then we'll roll back to some shoulder work. We did a little modified upright row with that lawnmower pull, okay? This time we'll come back, weights shaving the front edge of the body. Again, I'm gonna try to bring weights to the top of the chest line, right under the chin if possible. My elbows are up above the shoulders. Okay, if you've got range of motion issues and you can not come up that high, that's okay. We'll add just a touch of speed this time since we've got weights light. Again, you can drop those weights completely off here if you want to. Let's go 5 more times. Last one right here. All right. This time you can keep those weights or drop them off to the side. We're going to work on some of those reverse lunges a little bit, so working on stability, our balance here. All right, we'll step back with left first. Again, I'm going to keep my feet on the railroad tracks. So I'm not getting too narrow as I step back behind me. And that causes us to falter one side or the other a lot of times. So if I keep hip shoulder width apart, 8-10 inches in between the feet, and keep them on those railroad tracks, we'll stay a lot more stable. Okay, I'm gonna go with the dumbbells this time. Chairs close by if I need it for stability support. Head, shoulders back over the hips. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little lunge step back, bring it back forward. We'll stay all one side. Again, I'm not worried about range of motion here, how deep we're actually getting into that lunge. Mostly make sure that that front knee stays back over the front ankle, squeezing off the back toe. As we do that, either with or without those weights, squeezing off that back toe, back leg, you'll feel your quad on the leg that's going behind you getting the work. Okay. Way to hang with me this morning, crew. Good to see everybody jumping on. Appreciate the comments as well, whether they're positive or not positive. Hope you're starting your day off in a positive way today. All right, now we'll switch it up, go opposite side. I'm gonna step back with my right, head, shoulders back over the hips. My left knee is in line with my left ankle. And I'm gonna squeeze off my right toes to propel myself back forward. There we go, last 4. All right, awesome work, awesome work. Set those weights off to the side. Grab a shot of water if you want to. We'll cool it down just a little bit here. Run through a few stretches. Go back, replay this a time or two through, and have your family join you. Get a little sweat going today. Thanks again for joining us this morning for active aging. I'm gonna come off the back side of the chair. It's here just for a little bit of stability support. We'll take left knee, raising up above the waistline, head, shoulders back over the hips. Maybe challenge that stability. Hands off the chair if you can. It's there for safety reasons if you need it though. Hold that for about 3. 1, and then we'll switch to the opposite side. Right knee's gonna come up above the waistline, hugging that into the chin, the chest. Last 3, 2, 1, we'll relax that down. I'm gonna slide my chair off to the side a little bit. Next, we're gonna go wide stance out. My feet are straight on, soles of the feet are flat on the ground. And we're just gonna forward fold here. I'm gonna reach through my legs for that wall back behind me. Head and the gaze goes through the arms. Weight shifts towards the heels. And then we'll walk those fingertips to center. Crawl them forward, head through the shoulders, tailbone lifts up and back. And we'll crawl them back to center. I'm gonna walk over towards my left shoelace, right leg's long and engaged. Hold here for about 5-10 seconds. Notice I'm not bouncing, so don't bounce into that stretch, just a nice active motion right into it. Okay. And then we'll crawl back over to the other side. Pressing down towards that right shoelace, left leg's long and engaged, stretching that left inner thigh. Hold out here for 5. And then we'll come back to center, walk those heels, toes in. And we'll forward fold. Let's interlace elbows. We'll come right down over the edge of the shoes and just let gravity pull head, shoulders, arms, chest, right over the edge of the feet. And let's give a little rotation, left elbow, left side of the body. My knees are gonna stay in alignment, so I'm not gonna let that right knee pop out in front. And then a little twist, right elbow to the right side. My left knee stays back in line with my right. Let's go one more time each direction, maybe a little bit deeper this time, keeping those knees in alignment. And right elbow to right side. Left knee stays back in line with that right. We'll come back to center, release the hands, reaching for the shins, the ankles, the toes. Tailbone lifts up and back. Sandwich upper body into lower body a little bit. And then release that grip. We'll come up real slow. Maybe shake the arms, the shoulders out a little bit. Head, shoulders, last thing to come up. Now we're gonna reach up high with the right hand, fold it down, center of the spine, a little bit of pressure below the right elbow. Stretch that right tricep out. Okay, then we'll switch sides. Left hand reaches up high, folds down the center of the spine. Right fingertips give a little pressure below the left elbow. Hold that right here. And then relax that down. A couple big shoulder rolls forward. Reverse it, take it back. Awesome work this morning, crew. Thanks for joining me again this week. We'll see you again next week on Wednesday at 8 o'clock for another active aging session. And again, that first Monday in June, we look forward to having you back in the studio. We'll open up that week our 8:30 a.m. Tuesday, Thursday beginning yoga class and the senior fit class Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 o'clock. Those 5 classes will kick off, regroup, reopen, rejoin, whatever we want to call it, get back together in the house live starting in June. Love having you this morning. Thanks for joining. Have a good day.